So I think that a lot of women do weaponize the child support system. We understand that there are men out here who don't take care of their kids. Like, we know it's deadbeat daddies and it's deadbeat mamas too. We don't ever talk about the deadbeat mamas either, because it's a lot of men out here taking care of their kids who got full custody of their kids. But I think that a lot of women do weaponize the child support system, where they try to get back at the man because he's not in her life no more. So it's like, I'm literally going to make you pay. And we know how closely men feel about their money.
Boom! Ooh, got your ass.
Right in the heart with a silver bullet.
Yeah. I think they plotting on man. Don't wipe their feet when they enter the lab. I feel a full stare.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber die trying. You see the thumbnail. More importantly, you saw the clip. It's not just a money issue when we talk about weaponizing child support. It's the wasted amount of time not parenting. It's the scams. It's the hustles. It's the arrogance. It's the disrespect. It's the setups. See, people don't just weaponize child support. People weaponize the family court, bars, because the child support is the money part, but people weaponize the visitation part. You can see the baby when I want you to see the baby, how I want you to see the baby, where I want you to see the baby, under the circumstances that I want you to see the baby. If I change my mind, then you won't see the baby. That's weaponizing it. See, the court said this and the court said that. And it's like, but even when the court says something in your favor as a father, they'll break that rule until the court says, okay, ma'am, you're not supposed to do that. So that's using the family court as a weapon. When you talk about the child support, it's a lot of wasted money. You know, a lot of these kids don't have anything to show for it after all the years of receiving child support to take care of them. And a lot of y'all play this game where, oh, I have to pay my rent and I have to pay my car note and I have to pay my light bill and I have to pay the gas and I have to pay for food. You know why I don't want to hear that? As a father who actually took care of a kid and the mother didn't do nothing, and then took care of a kid, the same kid, while still paying child support, and the mother didn't give none of the money back. And all of the times when I was a non-custodial father, all the visitations and summers and all that, well, I had to pay all of that stuff too. So I see it from a different perspective, where a lot of times it's just a waste of money going anywhere, because the kids be like, I need money for food, I need money for clothes, I need money for shoes, I need to get my hair cut, I need some money for this activity. Mama won't do it, mama won't take me, mama won't this, mama won't that. So the vast majority of fathers see their money go down the drain. That's a problem. You get what I'm saying? But hey, you can, with the family court, you can weaponize that. You know, um, when I say parenting time, as part of the visitation part, right? People weaponize quote unquote child support is, I'm like, because I've been in that situation too, where I'm supposed to pick you up this particular day, this particular time. Mom doesn't allow you to be there at that time. But on the flip side, mom doesn't tell the kid the story. So all mom says, you know, your daddy didn't show up because your daddy don't like you and your daddy really don't want you. I'm sorry that your daddy didn't show up. It's like, no, you didn't show up. I showed up. Where were you at? Because if you say, you know, we're supposed to meet at the park at 6 o'clock, she'll stay at the house and tell a kid that he's supposed to be picking you up at the house at 6 o'clock and you in the park. And then you call, hey man, I'm on my way over there. Then she gonna get up, go to a restaurant, go to a movie or something, cut the phone off. And it's like, oh, we playing games. But see, the kid don't know that part of the story. The kid just know mama said dad don't like me, dad don't want me. You get what I'm saying? Then you have the whole relationship thing where people weaponize the parenting, where you know, the mother could say, I got a new boyfriend. New boyfriend could be all kind of parent to the kids that's not his. do all kinds of stuff, right? Dad come around, you got stipulations. And then you look at this your fifth, sixth boyfriend. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You had 50, 11 guys around grandma baby telling my baby that they the new daddy. Like, come on now. But then, you gotta be single the whole time. Because if you single, then y'all cool. But if you get in a relationship, oh, here we go. That's weaponized. I don't know her. I can't have him around my baby. I don't know what she gonna do to the kid. Not worse than what your goofy boyfriends was trying to do. Nothing like that. So then we have these situations that keep happening about quote unquote weaponizing child support, and then it sucks to say this. You weaponize the community. People used to weaponize the schools, the teachers, the principals, and they'll be all on mama's side. And by the time they figure out mama ain't a good person, it's too late. Years have gone by. You get what I'm saying? They weaponize their friend circle and some of their extended family to be on their side. And then, like I said, by the time they figure out, oh man, this person, sent me on a crash out mission. Oh my goodness, weaponizing, boyfriends and male family members and friends to go get into fights and shootouts with these fathers. And if it go bad, they're gonna leave them hanging high and dry. But hey, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal with y'all. Because we act like, all of what I'm saying is normal. A lot of times, weaponizing the DNA part of custody and child support, because you signed the birth certificate, so that's all that count. Because when you find out that that's not your kid, because you could you have a window after the child is born, after you sign the birth certificate, you can find out if the kid is yours genetically, so you can reverse it if it's not. So you can reverse the family court thing if it's not. But the windows are smaller in some states, larger in other states. If you're married, there is no window because they're going to assume the baby's yours because you're married, kind of situation. So you wind up in a situation where you got people who stall people out. We got to take a DNA test on that baby. You don't see that baby again for another 2-3 years. They go to court. Well, I was moving a lot, Your Honor, and I couldn't, and I didn't know, and I kept missing the hearings, and now that it says that after 2 years, you can't have anything. That if he signed a birth certificate after and hasn't disputed it after 2 years, then he's stuck with the baby. And I know right now when I showed up to court, it's 2 years and 3 months. So, and I know what the DNA just said it's not his baby, but he signed a birth certificate. He signed a birth certificate, Your Honor. And the judge will sit there, lying to his grandchildren. I was autistic when I was a judge. I didn't know what I was doing. It's that weaponizing the court system, weaponizing the family court, weaponizing child support. And then, it's no nice way to do this. You weaponize a child. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all done coach these kids in a line to say they got molested, lying to say they got abused, lying on everything. And by the time the child figure out that they shouldn't have lied, it's too late. It's too late. And because there's no consequences in none of these scenarios that are actually real life scenarios, there are really no consequences at all for this stuff. You see it over and over and over again. And that's why you're starting to see kids who are young adults now having issues because they're realizing like, oh, this situation is foul, but now I see it from, I'm 25 now looking at a 9-year-old and I'm like, oh, I was just like that. But it couldn't be, is it the same situation? And then it's like, yeah, because you can see how the kid's being played and manipulated. And then you realize, oh, I was the kid. Now we got issues. But there's nothing to, there's nothing to talk about after that's all said and done too, because, oh, well, it's over with now. Let's just move on. Sad, but true. So it's just weaponizing the family court, man. So tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, know I gave you everything I had.